This is terrible, guys. The worst thing that could possibly happen has happened. My site got penalized. I'm basically out of business now. I'm really bad at pretending to be upset, so I'm not an actor, so bear with me. But no, I did actually have a penalty on my site, superstarseo.com. But I've since recovered it from it, and I'll show you some of what I did, and I'm also going to tell you why I don't care. So basically, that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to show you when it happened, what we did to recover it, and why it didn't really matter to me in the first place, even though I had a lot of rankings, and what I'm going to be doing with the site going forward. So do me a favor and click the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell so you'll get notified when new videos come out, and also because it helps me out with the algorithm. But now we're going to dive into my computer, and I'm going to kind of walk you through the whole thing and why none of this matters at all. So let's do it. All right, guys, this is the site I'm talking about, superstarseo.com, as it appeared back in, I want to say this is like July, right before all of this started. It basically had been functioning as my SEO agency site for local SEO. It was optimized, the homepage for a term in my city here, and truthfully, I just didn't really care about it. As you can see, there's a lot of like little things that are wrong with it or were wrong with it. And it just, it was great. I mean, it ranked well for a lot of local terms and a few like blog post type terms. I'm not going to try to bring that up because archive takes forever. And it did well, but I never really paid it much attention because my business had changed and it wasn't really a big part of it anymore. As you can see, it was kind of starting to gravitate towards being for the other things that I do as opposed to like my local SEO business, which isn't a big, at least until recently, wasn't a focus of what we're doing. And having said all that, though, it did rank pretty well for quite a few things. But the truth is that, I really wasn't very happy with the way it looked and the way it was kind of set up to focus around a particular city, and the fact that it didn't really reflect what I do anymore. And I didn't like my logo, which was literally something I got on Fiverr back in like 2014 and had been using ever since. It had like dictated the colors and everything that I've been using in that whole time. So my point in telling you all that is that it wasn't really a priority to me, even though it was ranking pretty well. For the most part, I had just used it to experiment on and try different things to see if they worked or didn't work. But it had been number one for like Myrtle Beach SEO and similar terms for a long, long time. And then it kind of sat there, and I was considering like redoing it and changing it up to reflect more of what we do now as opposed to what it was when I got it created. But then around, I want to say it was on July 20th. Matter of fact, let me bring up the email here. I woke up to this message: unnatural inbound links to Superstar SEO violate Google Webmaster Guidelines. So I'm not going to pretend like I'm innocent, but because like I said, I've done a lot of experimenting on this site over the years and tested different things, and some things that just probably weren't ideal SEO. But the truth is I hadn't done anything to it link-wise in like at least a year, probably 18 months. And then one day I just woke up to this. So at first I just didn't care. In fact, I still really don't care. And I didn't even do anything about it for a few days. And then the more I thought about it, I had been thinking, like I said, I had been thinking about changing up what the site was about and making it more accurately reflect what I do now. So I decided to go about trying to get this resolved. Well, that did not go according to plan. Let me kind of walk you through what happened, or what I did then, and how I got some help with it. So I got a lot of the screen blacked out, but this is in Google Search Console, and for some reason the dates don't quite line up correctly. I'm not sure why. Probably time zones or something like that. But and you can see here on the 20th, and I got the unnatural inbound links penalty. So I went through and I found basically using Ahrefs. Let me drop that in there. went through and I found all the links that I believed to be spammy, or they didn't believe that belong there, or basically anything I thought that could be causing this. I uploaded a disavow file, and if you don't know how to do that, just search on the internet or check out Superstar SEO Academy. We cover recovery. Yeah, I said that right. We cover recovery and penalty recovery in there. But I submitted the reconsideration request, and it took a little over a month, but it got rejected. So you can see here on August 26th, it got rejected. So that was pretty surprising to me. I'm not going to lie. I've gotten, not on this site, but I've acquired sites that had penalties before, and I've always been able to find the right links to disavow them. Although I'd never had unnatural inbound links before. I'd had pure spam, but I've never had that. So I didn't really know what to do. My other option was to go through and just disavow all the links. I didn't want to do that, but I figured I should ask somebody who had been through it before. So I did a little bit of research in like the Facebook groups and just kind of the community in general. And everybody I came across recommended this gentleman, Rick Lomas. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this is kind of his site. If you want to check it out, it'll be linked in the description. But we talked back and forth about what we could possibly be done. We actually started talking somewhere in between the time I submitted this and got rejected. He told me to just hold off, and I did. And then we updated it after it got rejected. I talked to him about it again, and what he ended up doing was going through and doing kind of what I had thought to do, but maybe not quite as extreme, because I was just going to disavow the entire link profile, more or less. You can see he did quite a bit of it, but not all of it. And he went through and disavowed those, and then it took forever when I say forever, you can see here it took until from August 26th to October 31st to go about finally getting the reconsideration request approved and getting the penalty removed. So I'm definitely thankful to him for that. Like I said, I'd never gotten one rejected before, but I didn't want to cut too deep, and get rid of links that I didn't need to get rid of, because that was going to be my approach, because moderation is not really my greatest strength. So that's kind of what we did there. And then it eventually got removed, or the penalty got removed. Now, the thing is, like I said, I ranked for some pretty healthy terms, but the truth is they didn't really bring me in very much business. Like, I was getting a few hundred searches a day, I think, give or take, but it didn't do anything for me. So truth is, I didn't really care, because again, this was set up as like an agency site, kind of like every other SEO on the planet, and quite a few have actually copied this design. So there's that. But I was like, I didn't care, and I've been thinking about trying to change it up to reflect what I do now anyway, but having it penalized kind of took the need to do that away. Finally, we got that fixed, and I decided that it was a blessing in disguise. That's kind of my thing, is I turn negatives into positives, and I decided to do that with this. I figured the fact that now that it had gotten penalized and I'd gotten it unpenalized, well, somebody had gotten it unpenalized for me, that I could kind of take the step that I've been wanting to take anyway and get it redesigned and kind of relaunch the whole business to reflect what I do now, what I care about now, and things like that. And even though the rankings never really recovered, they recovered some, but not to the point that they were before. I figured it was kind of a good way to start fresh, both from an SEO perspective and kind of like the site and the entire business perspective. So while it sucked to have to go through that, and that I had to ask for help, which is not necessarily something I've liked doing, but so before I go any further and talk about what the site's like now and what I'm going to be doing to get some rankings for stuff that's actually valuable to me, I want to talk about what I think happened. Like I said, I'm not innocent. I used this as a test site in the past, and I hadn't always done the most white hat stuff, to be perfectly honest. I bought some links from like donation pages, like this one and this one, and then I had also bought some from what's that place, that old marketplace called Links Management. Had gotten some from there, but that was all ages ago. I hadn't touched those in a long time, And I hadn't really done anything with it because, like I said, it was ranking for the things that I'd tried to rank it for. And it wasn't really getting me anywhere. So it just wasn't an important part of my business. But when I went to try to remove the penalty, I found I'm not going to go through the whole LinkedIn profile. I'm sure that some of you watching this will. But I found all kinds of crappy, like really low quality PBNs from like Viagra sites and things like that. And they're hopefully me saying Viagra in the video doesn't make it get demonetized. But of course now I can't find any. But there was like, and maybe I needed to go into Search Console, but I found some really low quality, like just crappy links, a lot of porn links, a lot of stuff that I'd never done, basically. That I'd been getting a lot of links built to it that weren't me. So I'm not saying it was necessarily negative SEO, but I had definitely become the target of some stuff that should not have been there. Some stuff that I did not do. And I think that the combination of all the experimenting I did on it over the years, in combination with some of the crap that had been thrown at it without my permission, for lack of a better term, just led to the site getting penalized. And again, it probably sounds like I'm just trying to be cool, but I really just don't care. At that time, it didn't affect my business, and it has not affected my business since. So it is what it is. You know, sometimes things happen. It got not de-indexed. It didn't get completely de-indexed. It got penalized. The rankings took a dump. We got it fixed, and now it's recovered some, but not like I would have liked it to. So that's kind of it. You know, that's kind of what happened and why it got penalized. As far as I can tell, you know, Google doesn't really give you that kind of information. Like, yeah, it got penalized, it got fixed, and now the timing worked out well because, like I said, we got it recovered on October 31st. It's now January 14th. And I recently got in, as part of relaunching my entire business to reflect what I do, I got it redesigned to kind of reflect the different things that I offer now and just to look a little more professional and a little sexier. So I'm really happy with the way that turned out. This is still not 100% done. It's about 99% done, or maybe like 97 or something like that. There's still some things I want to clean up and some grammar and that sort of thing. But I'm really happy with it. And so, because now it kind of reflects the type of SEO business that I do. Because I still do like consulting and I do individual client SEO, but I also offer like software and training, and I have the marketplace and just the other things that I do and the things that I care about. So it kind of reflects that, and having it get recovered from this penalty around that time, it gave me a couple months to get it designed the way I wanted, and now kind of coincide with the beginning of the year and the relaunch of the business. So what I am going to start doing is, I had some blog posts on there before. They haven't recovered, unfortunately, the ranking on them. What I am going to start doing is writing some really like hard-hitting, some really strong SEO content that's going to be really valuable for you. And I'm going to start trying to I am going to start ranking some of that. And I think that you'll be able to watch as that happens. Hopefully the people that have been after it, you know, hopefully they've gotten over whatever grudge it is they have against me. I don't get it. I think I'm a lovely person, but whatever. Or maybe, like I said, maybe there was no nefarious intent there, but there was definitely some bad links that I did not build. So anyhow, this is going to be the home of like my podcast and YouTube videos, and it's going to be the kind of the portal to all my other businesses, as well as a place that I'm going to upload some really great blog content in the coming days, weeks, and months. So check it out if you don't mind. I'd love to see what you think. Anyway, that's kind of the story. You know, like I said, I got penalized around July 19th, July 20th. The dates here are really strange. I'm not sure why that is. I didn't care, but I decided since I wanted to relaunch the business to go ahead and get it unpenalized. I didn't do it successfully on my own. So I got help from this guy, from Rick Lomas. Definitely can't speak highly enough of him. He was very easy to work with, and he obviously knows his stuff very well. So I got help in that regard. And I now have relaunched it to more reflect what I do and where Superstar SEO is going in the future. So that's kind of the process, but it's kind of the story. hopefully you got something out of this. If you get a penalty, or if you get a site that has a penalty, start by following the basic procedures. Look at the message, change what it tells you, fix the links that it tells you, disavow the links that it tells you. If that doesn't work, hit up Rick and he'll be able to help you out. So that's what I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this story. I know it wasn't necessarily a training video per se, but I just wanted to let you know. I wanted to be transparent, And I wanted to show you what happened and what I didn't care, to be honest, and then why I eventually decided to do something about it and relaunch the business to some extent, and kind of give you an idea where we're going from here. So if you like videos like this, do me a favor, click the like, subscribe, notification, all that stuff, and let me know what else you want to see. So I appreciate it, guys, and I will talk to you again soon.